Hey everyone, it's on to day 5 of CC6 Wild Scales. Hopefully you guys are having a good amount of fun and also getting some good amount of success in the perma map. That said, today is a daily map for you all to work with, which means another series of daily challenges from us for CCEX. So let's go ahead and dive into them, shall we? Today's daily is taking place at Arena 8, which is the Maria Neural inspired perma map from CC Spectrum. This map wasn't too bad. If you didn't have the proper way to handle the knights, was going to be a pretty rough one. You also had the mob lane to deal with that most people probably either used a Weedy or used Mountain to pretty much handle. That said, let's see how today's challenges are going to work and how they're going to provide a nice twist to things. Today's first challenge is King of the Hill. Now, normally this one is around a Organium tile, but for this particular challenge, it's going to be focused on not allowing the enemies to touch the medical or the defensive rune on the map. Now, it can be a little bit tough to gauge if they've touched it, especially since there is no debuff or buff, however you want to consider that visibly shows on the enemy when they've touched it. So for this particular way we're going to work with it is, as long as you have an operator on that tile and is blocking an enemy, they have not touched it. The moment that they've KO'd somebody and you don't substitute anybody in, and they walk onto the particular tile, that is game over. Pretty straightforward nonetheless though. On to the next challenge is a Let Blank Score challenge, which means that this is going to conflict with Last Line of Defense. This particular challenge is called Go Back to Borderlands. I don't know how many people were like me when you first played this particular event, but the Pincer Beast kind of surprised me how very similar it looked to another enemy. Not a bad thing, but I did find it relatively hilarious. That said, we'll be focusing on letting a Pincer Beast get through your particular defense and score. This can be somewhat easy to deal with, but at the same time it can be difficult if you have your setup already going. So it's very important to remember that you need to allow one of them through for this particular challenge. Last but not least is, wait, that's illegal. This particular challenge basically says that you cannot use true damage. How nice it is to just completely ignore defense and res. Oh man, true damage is a blessing for us all to have, but unfortunately for today's particular daily, you're not going to be allowed to use it. So that means no monster with S3, that means no Weedy on S3, not that I think you're going to be using that in the first place, no Amia on S3, and no Cliffheart on S2. There are a handful of other operators that can use true damage that I haven't listed. Just remember that you cannot use true damage today. And that's going to be all for our particular challenges today. Hopefully you guys are going to have some fun trying these out, and I will see you guys all again in the near future for another daily challenge video. Until then, I'll catch you guys all again real soon.
ましょうから。少し暑いかもしれませんよ。抗ってみなよ。火事にさん、自分を信じなさい。あなたならできるわ。逃しませんよ。少し暑いかもしれませんよ。
分かった。目を殺せ。これこそがイベリアのデストレッツァ。
少し暑いかもしれませんよ。
いや悪いね、僕は別に信徒じゃないよ。
さあ、治療プロセス開始します。少し暑いかもしれませんよ。行くよ。少し暑いかもしれませんよ。私に指図しね。少し暑いかもしれませんよ。言われな。抗ってみなよ。私の出番かしら。ビクトリアのバグパイプ波状棒とともにマイル任せて。温度安定しています。ダークを壊滅しうる入門さ。お待ち、無価値なものには興味ないのです。まさか故障？火事には気をつけてください。
相手のターゲットは誰かな。